Hello, my name's Christus, and this is Doombringer. Doombringer is a game using the Dark Places engine, which is a more advanced version of the Quake engine, which has a lot of extra features. The things we've been doing here for the last year and a half is adding things like dual and queue system and pretty rudimentary things, but what we want to do is create an amalgamation between the two games, the two FPS games that I truly and really love, which is the Quake series and the Doom series of games. Doom being a bit of a roller coaster single player game, and Quake being more a what? Well, that's a good question. Quake being more of a multiplayer aspect of the game where you have to focus fire and do things like that, whereas Doom is more chaos. I think that's a good enough explanation. So eventually we are planning to move into a single player aspect for this game, but right now we have been working on a dual gameplay. And there are also other modes like free for all and instagib, but most focus has been done on the dual because there's not all that much since we don't have a big community right now. It's easier to work on the dual aspect since you only need one more player to properly test it. We do have some simple bots that are about halfway finished, but they do their job for the time. Hopefully they will be completed eventually once we get a new programmer on the team, but for the time being they are what they are. Anyway, this game I'm going to comment a bit on is a game between me and GMT that were played earlier today, and it's on the map Toxicity, which you probably know from Quake Live, which is also originally a CPM map. We have ported this map over to Doombringer with permission of the original author, The Fury, and it is pretty much the most complete map at the moment for Doombringer. Another map that has been recreated from the ground up is Aerowalk, but as well as we have Fuse from Ferdinand City List, which is a map from Zoonotic, and another map from Open Arena called Aggressor, which is a GPL game. So there are maps by me as well, but those aren't nearly as completed as those maps are, so they don't get as much focus right now. Anyway, a few things about the gameplay. Weapons do not give a lot of ammo here. You get the weapons because you need them to shoot stuff with, and they do respawn quite slowly. So there's 15-second respawn rate on the weapons, not minutes. That would be crazy. And you get, for instance, for the rail, you get 5 slugs when you pick up the rail the first time. But if you pick up a rail again after already having a railgun, you only get 1 slug. So you want to pick up the rail to deny it perhaps, but you don't actually benefit greatly from picking up as far as ammo goes. For that you will want to use the ammo crates, which actually gives you a lot more ammo, and that is the same for all weapons. The exchange rate is that once you pick up one weapon and pick it up again, your next pickup will be diminished by 80%. So 1/5 of the ammo will be for the next time. There is no spawn protection or respawn mechanics other than random positioning. So you can't force spawns here because I don't particularly like that myself. But also, since you can move so much faster here than from the get-go than in, for instance, Quake Live, it's less of an issue to be spawn camped like it is in Quake Live. Also, you have to be more vigilant with spawns like the red spawn on Airwalk. You can't just expect to not have it taken by a fresh spawn if you kill someone and you are by the red. So I think that gives a bit more excitement to the game than everyone always spawning over by the yellow and getting railed after that. Anyway, so the game is 10 minutes and I've been rambling on for long enough, so let's get going.
3, 2, 1, fight!
So I got a pretty good start there, but I am ballsing it up by not getting any of the weapons I actually need, or ammo for the one I do have. I have the rail now, but I don't actually have any ammo for any other weapon. For some reason I decided to go in for a fight rather than actually focus on getting a good control of the map. So I do some good damage there, but here I am really low and I fuck up the jump to the Mega. So instead of me getting the Mega, it's DMT who gets it, and then he shoots me with the direct to the face. And history repeats itself. The Tesla coil is, or lighting gun if you will, is a bit different from Quake Live, for instance. It's a lot harder to hit with in here because the hitboxes are, I believe, are smaller, but also because the players move so fast in their strafing, so it's really hard to track with it. You can expect and you will experience lower frame accuracies with the lighting gun here than in... and here I capture him by the teleporter and manage to push him around so he doesn't get into the teleporter. And I get a kill, but I fucked that up as well. Anyway, the Tesla is really hard to hit properly with, reliably with, unless as long as you're in a straight up fight. So it's actually quite a bit more powerful than you would have it in Quake Live. The cells deal 9 damage per hit, so and there's quite a bit of pushback as well. But you actually wouldn't notice all that much of it unless you get pinned, which can happen, but it's not at all as common as in Quake Live. So he is screwing me up, and I try to think, but not make too many mistakes, but I gotta admit that I'm not doing a great job with that on this map. This is not a map I feel entirely comfortable with because of how focused it is on dealing damage reliably. On the other hand, it's GMT's one of GMT's favorite maps, so he has an advantage in this case. But it is my game, so I have an advantage with that, I suppose. So I'm trying to get some ammo and weapons so I don't run out when I decide to face him, and I managed to get in the Mega, but not much more. As you can see, the Mega ticks down quite rapidly. It ticks down twice every second. So it takes about a minute for it to tick down completely. Not even that, actually. And there I get pushed into the nuke while I'm shooting the Tesla, and as smart as I am, I don't think about releasing the trigger, so I end up killing myself. With a bit of luck I would have caught him in that frag as well, but he managed to escape that. And I just ran right into him right after, so yeah, good effort. And I keep running into him. I really should be running here and try to avoid him as much as possible, but I think I'm a bit desperate here to do something. I noticed that he's running away with the frags a bit, and I'm just not managing to touch him really. And again I run into him. So I'm trying to be a bit sneakier and avoid facing him as much as possible. Somehow I managed to survive that. And a few defensive rockets managed me to at least survive a little bit longer, but not enough to actually get that yellow, which he picked up right after killing me. So not really any difference here, and he is still thoroughly in charge of this game. And I fuck up the jump again to Mega. I don't even know why I'm trying to do that jump, because that's not how it works. So I am trying to lay down some good defensive rockets, and he overextends, and I actually managed to get a kill, which I really don't think I should have gotten there. And now the table has turned. I really should have not gone into the teleporter there. I wasn't thinking straight. Fortunately he was neither, so he ended up in my face. And a minute later, and I got 4 frags up from having none. And as you can see, I really do favor the railgun whenever I can. It's not... Sometimes it works really well for me, but when it doesn't work at all, which is problematic. And there he kills himself in nuke, which helps me, of course. So I decided to back off and get the Mega, and expect him to not think that I left the RA unattended. So now I got the RA and he's still in charge. But I'm completely forgetting about the time here. I think I have a lot more time than I do, or I don't remember. I thought he wasn't as much in the lead as I thought. So now, about half a minute from now, when the announcer warns about the last minute of the game, I realize that I'm in a pretty deep hole that I need to get out now. And they're me denying that armor. Using the bow. And there he gets some really good shots on me, so really I'm limping away from
1 minute remaining.
and I'm really scrambling to get back in control. Fortunately, I had a lot of health to pick up there. And there you see a perfect rocket on the fresh spawn. Freshish. Here is where I've completely balls it up soon. No, well, not here, but next frag. I have 30 seconds to make 2 frags, and instead of making the frag here, I jump into the teleporter because I think he's going to jump into it, but he doesn't, and then get away, and I miss a lot of shots here, and I'm almost dead, and he's just running and running, and here I've completely given up, and he kills me again. But it was a good game. We had a lot of fun. And as you can see, the accuracies aren't nearly what you would expect from a game like this in Quick Live. Usually we get about a bit higher with the accuracies, like about 20% on the lighting gun, but it's rare to have anything higher than 25 when we play, at least. I think a bit better players would, of course, have higher frame rate accuracies. Would be interesting to see what someone like Faz and Sparty could do if they played. But yeah, this is what you get when the developer plays. I hope this was interesting for you, and I'll be picking up another game that we played soon on Fuse, which was a bit more sparse in the fragging department, which I thought was quite interesting game between us. Thank you.